Many think of us as small island nations, but our lands are mostly ocean. Our territories are some of the largest on Earth. Together, the countries of the Pacific Islands Forum cover 8% of the planet. We are the nations of the Pacific Oceanscape.
As a Pacific Islander, the ocean is home. It's ever present, it's a noise in your head.
We are lulled into sleep with the pounding of the waves. Whenever I visit a landlocked country, I miss it. To think of the ocean as anything less than part of our life is unimaginable.
In our culture, our people think of the ocean as mother because it provides us with nourishment and it sustains our livelihood.
We are beginning to experience events which we did not experience decades ago.
10 years ago, I can go out and come back with a boat full of fish. Nowadays, it's hard for me to catch one fish. The reason is to do with overfishing. It's getting harder every year to feed your family.
The ocean's like a big freezer full of food. We started taking the food out at the top of the freezer, which is the coastal zone. And then we started catching the fish that were way offshore. And then we slowly went down to the bottom of the ocean, down 5, 6, 7, 8,000 feet. And that's essentially the bottom of the freezer.
With the ever-increasing population that we are experiencing in the whole global community, food scarcity will become an issue into the future.
The Pacific is home to one of the healthiest stocks of tuna and other species. We need to protect this as a food source, not only for ourselves, but to many, many other countries. The Oceanscape is built around the initiative of Kiribati. They built in one of the largest protected areas in the world.
The Phoenix Island Protected Area was born out of a concern by Conservation International, New England Aquarium, and of course, we as a government. It's very fertile ground for fish.
The Phoenix Islands are a really unique laboratory. They are pristine and undisturbed. They're so far from anywhere else. There's something a little magical about saving something that you'll never see.
It is suspected that the Pipa area is where the juvenile tuna stocks stay around. Pipa would in fact be an investment in the sustainability of the tuna stocks.
If you have overfishing, coastal development, and climate change, the ocean cannot withstand those three pressures. But if you have only climate change and you don't have overfishing, it can adapt. The Phoenix Islands underwent the most severe coral bleaching event ever recorded. We had 90% mortality in 2002, but 6 years later, we had the fastest recovery ever seen for a coral reef.
The Phoenix Islands Protected Area has sparked off the declaration of the Cook Islands Marine Park.
If they can do it there, I think we have every reason to do it here in the Cook Islands as well.
We're all fishing from the same stock, tuna spread through the Pacific. What happens in the west is affecting us in the east.
The proposed marine park is roughly about 1.2 million square kilometers. bigger than Texas.
You know, tourists are not going to want to come here if our corals are dying, you know, if there's no fish to look at. We're looking at a zoned approach, a multi-use marine park. No fishing zones, commercial fishing zones, zones for tourism activity. The uniqueness of the park design process is that we're looking to bring everyone in and be inclusive. We have scientists involved, you know, we have local leaders involved.
Local fishermen will have input into decision making.
We're going to make sure it's sustainable and the benefit derived from it must be equally shared. That is tradition.
The declaration of the Kiribati protected area and what the Cook Islands is now doing is already one of the biggest things ever to happen in the conservation world. If you have the vision and the willingness to do it, you're able to create much, much larger areas than on land.
It's an exciting time. It has sparked off initiatives by other forum countries.
The urgency of the need for action. Maybe there could also be a Caribbean oceanscape. Maybe there could also be other oceanscapes in different regions of the world. If the momentum will carry on, we would have all made a contribution to preserving what is there, ensuring the survival of this planet.
It's a pledge to ourselves to safeguard our home.